Yeah, guys, Edgar Castaneda could not believe that this would be his Easter Sunday. You look behind me, this is his family's food truck that is now burnt to a crisp with most of the inside completely destroyed. They would have no idea that their food truck would be one of several structures senselessly set on fire.
This is our livelihood. This is what we make money off. This is what we pay our bills and feed our children.
And because of an overnight fire, the Castaneda family's food truck looks like this. It's heartbreaking for Edgar and his family, who started the food truck back in August after he and his father, Luis, lost their jobs because of the pandemic. After only about 8 months of successful business, it went up in flames.
All of a sudden, at 6 in the morning, I get like 10 calls out of nowhere, and I was like, well, you know, I thought they were trying to ask me something about Easter. In the end, it was about our business burning down.
The last thing Edgar thought he'd have to see is the debris from all their hard work.
The first thing I see is my dad crying, so I guess that's really hard, just as a son.
The Castanedas weren't the only ones affected by fires set in Renton. Just down the street at a bus maintenance yard, according to this picture from Renton Fire, at least 2 buses were burnt to a crisp, and this morning you could see what was left of one of them. Additionally, a semi-truck and a greenhouse were burned as well.
Anytime somebody does anything like this, you know, it affects people's livelihoods. It affects the communities. It affects the safety of the community, and especially it affects the financial holdings of the business owners.
Jason Chuddy is the public information officer for ATF Seattle Division. The Bureau is helping Renton police in this investigation to see if the string of fires are connected and to help determine who might be responsible.
We hate to see this, so we're really happy to be able to help out.
But the sting of what happened overnight isn't going away from the Castanedas anytime soon.
It was just a horrific morning, you know, to wake up half asleep and hear the business is burned down wakes you up pretty quick.
Preston and Mary, the teenager who appears to lead the attack in the video, he was scheduled to show up here at Redmond Hall for an unrelated robbery charge. Well, police were standing by waiting for him. It is hard to watch as several teens confront an older Asian couple in a Tacoma neighborhood, and one starts beating the man while another takes footage of the attack.
Without this video, this arrest would not have happened.
Tacoma police say although the couple reported the incident when it happened on this street back in November, there were few leads to pursue.
There was no other information to go on other than the 2 suspect descriptions, which was very vague.
Police say having the video changed that, and they realized the boy they were looking for was expected in court for a robbery charge.
And our detective arranged for him to be taken into custody then.
Prosecutors have since charged the 15-year-old with assault. They say there's no clear evidence it was a hate crime because the man who was attacked indicated no terminology was used to make him believe the assault was based on his race or culture.
It's clearly, I can see there's a hate crime involved.
Asian community leaders say there have been too many instances of bigotry this past year, and they hope this case doesn't encourage more.
It may be considered in general public open the door for the Asian hate crime.
Now is a critical point in the pandemic, according to King County's top doctor.
The virus is spreading more quickly than we can vaccinate.
And because of that, Duchin is worried that another surge might be coming soon.
Cases and hospitalizations are climbing at a steady pace, and we don't have any indication that this trend will be leveling off soon.
Duchin outlined the state of the pandemic in the largest county in Washington, and according to him, King's 2-week case rate is at 148 per 100,000, and its hospitalization rate is at 3.6. To put that into perspective, the threshold that would require counties to take a step back in phases is 200 and 5, respectively.
The threat is real, and it remains serious.
Which is why he keeps reiterating the importance of masking up and staying socially distant. He says it's impossible to predict how big an upcoming surge will be, but it's within our control to be safe while waiting to get vaccinated.
We need to be prepared for further increases in cases and hospitalizations over the coming weeks.
But deaths are still declining, and now over 700,000 people in the county have gotten at least 1 dose of the vaccine. On top of that, over 70% of people 65 and older in the county are now fully vaccinated.
What we need to do is not complicated.
Which is to follow those safety measures until enough people get that shot in the arm.
This disease is alive and well in our community. It's time to rally and shut it down once and for all.
In Seattle, Nick Popham, KOMO News.
Well, the alleged hate crimes involve students at Marysville Pilchuck High School. They happened in December and in January, but the students that were involved reportedly weren't disciplined until this past week. Parents say they are furious, and they say enough is enough.
Parents, community leaders, and students showed up at a local park in Marysville on this Saturday to express their anger and frustration. 2 separate hate crime incidents targeting black students and students of color. According to parent J.J. Frank, the first one happened in December during a Marysville Pilchuck High School leadership class on Zoom. 2 students allegedly talked about killing black classmates. The second incident was in January. A 20-year-old man allegedly posted this photo of a gun and a threatening statement on a Snapchat account. The caption reads, "Killing minorities soon." Parents reported the incident to school authorities and law enforcement.
I want to see the students who made these death threats get some mental counseling, get some tools on how to be an anti-racist. With students, they can always unlearn racism. Death threats are not a joke.
We reached out to Marysville School District today. We asked them to respond to parents and community leaders' concerns that school leaders did not act fast enough or tough enough, and that district leaders need to be removed immediately. Being a holiday weekend, we have not heard back from the district. Before Saturday's press conference, the school district released this statement, quote, "We will strive to do everything in our power to make certain that each student feels safe physically, socially, emotionally, and free from racial or any other form of discrimination." According to Marysville Police, Snohomish County Sheriff's Department looked into the incidents and finished their investigation. The Sheriff's Department says the prosecutor's office should pursue a hate crime charge.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.